Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another amazing episode of Conversation with Freedom. Today I'm joined by a very special guest. She's so amazing. You know, I'm actually having a moment right now. She's an
Wow.
actress, she's a singer, she do a lot of different things. Sibongokuhle Nkosi. Welcome to my podcast.
I am welcome. Thank you so much, Freedom, for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, for someone who never heard of Sibongokuhle Nkosi, please
Mm.
tell us more about yourself and what you do.
Usibongokuhle Nkosi is a 24-year-old actress, model, singer, voiceover artist who is literally just all around passionate about anything that screams art.
Yeah,
That is me in a nutshell. I don't know how else to describe it, but I'm really passionate about anything that involves art. I'm passionate about children, children's ministry.
yeah.
Um, I love life. I'm a lover of life and a lover of love. Yeah,
Wow.
that's me.
Take us way back. How was it like growing up you grew up in KwaZulu Natal, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. How was
How
it?
was it growing up?
Yeah,
Um, well, I was born in Vryhedi. That's where my grandma lives from my mom's side.
okay.
And I think around the ages of 3, 2, we moved to Ladysmith, where I grew up literally my whole primary school life, high school life. That's where I was based. And it was a very beautiful experience for me because I loved the small town, small community sort of vibe that Ladysmith had,
Yeah,
from the schooling system to the church community. Like, it was really a very homey sort of surrounding that I grew up in. And I think that's where, because I said I'm a lover of love, I think that's where my love was cultivated, because I felt so much love in the small town, through the people I've met, even through my family and the people that we lived with in our family throughout the years.
yeah.
So yeah, growing up in KZN was a beautiful experience. Very sheltered though, because I mean, I never really went out into the city much as a child.
Yeah.
I only got out of the city when I was finally going to study or whatever. But yeah, it was a very sheltered life, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It was a good experience.
And then your love for the art, how did that when did that
Well, apparently, according to my family who knew me when I was a little mapikinini, apparently it's always been in me, you know?
yeah,
Um, Apparently I was just a very troublesome child, if you can say so. A noisy child, always screaming, always shouting, always dancing,
yeah.
making up silly songs, apparently. So I think the thing of art has always been within me, and I think it's also been within the family, because I come from my mom's side. They really passionate about music and singing.
Oh,
My aunt is actually a musician, a gospel musician. So I
wow.
think it's always just been in my surrounding and always been within me.
Yeah.
And then I also went to schools that really supported the arts, from choir to drama performances to speech and drama. You know, there was always things surrounded around me that were like pushing this arts agenda within me, and it really brought me alive. So
Mm.
yeah. Freedom, what's up with the giggles? What's up with the giggles? Share the joke. Share the joke, please. Or am I the joke of the day? I go.
Oh. This is
Oh, freedom.
and then how did you get into 18 and this is so
Wow. Oh goodness. How did I get into acting?
Yes.
Okay, so in 2017, I started studying. I decided to go and study my passion, which was music and drama, which was obviously a huge risk in any family, especially a Black family. It's just like, are you sure you want to go study that?
Yeah.
So I took that leap of faith and I went to study at UKZN. I did my drama and drama performance and music degree for those 3 years. And then literally just out of after graduating,
Yeah.
but even during my studies, like I was always like looking for opportunities to audition. Even though I didn't have an agent, I would just, you know, somehow get auditions from people, source them, and just be auditioning the whole time. So I think was it 2020? Oh no, 2021.
Yeah.
Beginning of 2021, there were auditions for a movie, and there was very little information about the movie, but I knew that they needed 2 female characters. And I mean, I'm always auditioning, you know, I've been auditioning since varsity, you know, well, with not much success in that, but we know that that's part of the job that we signed up for. That's a lot of times you're going to audition for things, but you're not necessarily going to get it. But you need to be okay with that and not now start to doubt yourself or doubt your talents.
Yeah.
It's just that opportunity wasn't for you. So I started auditioning 2021, beginning of the year. Well, this was in March. I auditioned for Valley of a Thousand Hills, which is a Netflix movie on Netflix, Netflix movie where I play a lead character, Senji. And yeah, that was the first proper acting gig that I had. And after that, literally, and I mean literally after that, they were looking for new characters, 3 new characters on Durban Gen for the season 2. Yeah. And Ufanele Ntuli actually sent me, she was like, yo, girl, you better audition for one of these characters. Wow. And there's such a crazy story behind that whole scenario of how I got that role. Because literally just the night before, I remember I had prayed to God for an opportunity. Because I mean, I was like, I enjoyed being on set so much on Valley of a Thousand Hills, and I just enjoyed being in that environment. You know, I was like, Lord, come on, man, I just wanted an opportunity. Give me an opportunity. Yeah. And then the very next day, she sends through the audition. I'm like, I literally, before I even auditioned, before I even opened to see what characters they need, I just cried. Wow. I remember my whole family was just like, girl, what is wrong with you? Why are you crying? What's happening? I literally cried. I started praising God because I was like, literally just the night before, I was praying for an opportunity and God brought us an opportunity. That's all I needed, because I know I was working on my craft. I knew I was in the right place at the right time. So I knew this is it. And I auditioned and got it. So yeah, that's one of the crazy testimonies that I have.
Before we get more into the character Thembinator, a big shout out to Fanele Ntuli. She's so amazing.
Shout out. She really is. You know, when I think of Fanele Ntuli, I really see a person who's walking in her God-given purpose. And I don't even know if she fully realizes it, but a person walking in their God-given purpose really activates other people around them to really also do what they're supposed to be doing here on earth, you know. So shout out to her, man.
You know, she's so amazing. She when I interviewed her on this show, when I texted her, she was like, sure, let's go. Like she just gave me I was so she's very, very inspiring, you know. And how is
to think I actually met Ufanele Ntuli way before Durban Gen. I met her back, I think it was 2018, 2019, through another program that we're doing because we were modeling together for another company.
Okay.
So, you know how God just orchestrates things. It's just weird. It's like, God, how did you know that I needed this person in my life for this and then that? And then, you know, it's just, God came together.
It works in mysterious ways.
I know, mysterious ways indeed.
And then how was it like playing the role Thembinator?
I don't know why I want to cry now. I don't know why I want to cry. We just ask that question. Ugh. Can I don't know, of worms, of jelly beans, of everything. Hey, what an experience. What an experience. That's all I can say. Like, playing the character of Thembi was I don't even have the words to describe it or explain it.
Yeah.
But it was a challenge. It really was a challenge. I think it really pushed me as an artist. It pushed me as a person.
Yeah.
It forced me to grow.
Mm-hmm.
It forced me to learn a lot of things very quickly too. It broke me, but it also built me up. And you know, I just always, when I think of how the character came about and what I went through the journey of playing Uthembi, I just think of how God literally doesn't allow us to get destroyed in certain situations, but he gracefully breaks us down so that he can build us up, you know. Because for me, first of all, when I started the character Uthembi, it was not good over there. Like, I was not impressed at all with my performance. I was always anxious on set. Like, I was not happy for at least maybe the first 6 months, if not the first year actually, of playing the character. Like, it was really hectic. Like, I'm a type of person who's very technical, and I like to, I'm a bit of a perfectionist.
Yeah.
So from the time we were shooting to the time Thembi started showing on television, I was just like, no, this is not it. And you know, that got me into such a depressive state where I was just like, I just want out. I want out because I'm not impressed with the work that I'm putting out. Like, I feel like I'm trying to improve. I'm trying to do my best, you know. I'm trying to do all these scripts the way, you know, I know how best.
Yeah.
I was just like, it's not it, man. Like, something was missing. And I think later on I realized that I was shying away from the authenticity of the character because I couldn't necessarily fully relate to Thembi because she was bisexual. And I made that such a huge barrier in my head that really closed my eyes. Like, I was just so blinded. I was like, I was faking it for a very long time until I really tried to, this was for season 2, where I was like, you know what, I can't do this, because like, how long am I going to keep on faking this? How long am I going to keep on being uncomfortable in this job? Like, I want to stand in this position that I've been given and try my best. You know, I can't just give up. Because I mean, they already hired you. You can't just give up now. So like, I really need to push myself and really try my best. And season 2 for me was different than season 1. I mean, sorry, season 2B was different from season 2 when I started. My first season of Durban Gen was different from the next season because I really took a decision. I was like, no, I can't. This can't be the life I signed up for. This is my passion, but why am I feeling so bad for really executing my passion, you know? So yeah, that it was an experience and a half, like a lot of ups and downs, a lot of uncomfortability, also with the reception of Thembi from the audience outside. The females, oh my goodness. My DMs, when I walk in the streets, when I go to shops, oh my goodness. It was so uncomfortable, you know, till today.
Oh,
And it's always so uncomfortable having to explain to people that, oh no, it's not like that. And I mean, you can't necessarily in the moments when people see you on the streets, it's like very hard to kind of explain that whole story.
yeah.
So
Oh.
yeah, but in the back of my head, that's why I'm like, I'm never doing a role that's gonna compromise my peace like that. Cause nah, no,
that it shows that you're killing the role, you're nailing it.
Yeah, I'll take that from it, but hey, the other side, oh, it really like it stole a lot of my peace. Like I used to be so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I've been, oh gosh, I literally even in public have been touched in ways that are not really appropriate by other females because they think I like that type of stuff or I'm with that. And it's just like, it's really hard to even stand your ground in such places because people are so excited to see you when they do anything with you and you like this little prop that they can just do whatever. And you like, you don't want to be mean and like, no, don't. But it's very uncomfortable.
I think I get it. I think I get it.
Yeah.
One of my best friend, Yeleti Star, she really likes you. She like when she saw the poster yesterday, she was like, please tell her that I really so.
Oh goodness. Amen. Tell her I love her too.
I'll definitely do. What are some of the important lessons that you've learned along your journey? Yeah, I think.
Important lessons I've learned along my journey.
Yeah.
I think one important lesson that I'm currently even still it kind of hit me right now in the season I'm in right now is having confidence. You need to have confidence in yourself. Know who you are, why you are, and why you're here. You're not here by mistake, and God wouldn't just put you in a position, and just I think we just put her there. Like you here because you deserve to be here. Like shut out that imposter syndrome that might be happening in your head that, oh, maybe I don't deserve this opportunity, or oh, maybe I'm not as good as I think I am. Like really believe in yourself. Like there's something special within you, and there's no mistake. There's no mistake with Christ. So you definitely have something. Use that something, man. Stand in the position that you've been given. Stop shying away. Stop being afraid to be who you are. Like you are a star. Now shine as a star is supposed to shine.
That's so powerful. Any advice for someone who wanna get into the industry?
Know yourself. Know yourself, because I'm thinking even with what I just said right now, the lesson I learned about being confident and knowing yourself, knowing who you are, knowing that you are powerful and knowing your strength. If you come into this industry and you don't know yourself, you're gonna lose yourself. You're really gonna lose yourself in the characters that you play. You're gonna lose yourself in the work environment. You're just gonna lose yourself completely. So acting is a very personal and spiritual thing. So you can't, I don't think you can play with those two things of identity, and then you're trying to play other identities. Like you're clearly gonna go crazy. You're gonna lose yourself. So know yourself, know who you are, whose you are, and why you are. And then I think then you'll be a strong performer in that regard.
That's so powerful.
Yeah. It's important. It's important. It's important.
Yes. You're so amazing. I don't really know what to.
Oh goodness. Thank you, Freedom.
And you are a singer, and you've worked with a lot of amazing artists. Can we expect Can we expect a project anytime soon?
Oh, the way I always hate this question, my goodness. I hate this question. But you know, the thing about me and my singing is that I don't know, I'm not really focused on my singing journey right now. And I think I hate doing things half-heartedly, like I'm here, but I'm not really doing it. I'm just, you know, lingering around. But I mean, there's something exciting that I'm currently working on. A new YouTube channel that is coming out with a few of my other, well, not a few of my other, one of my other acting colleagues, and we did a song for that project, which I feel like was something special because we wanted to start this YouTube channel and we have a song to go with it. So I feel like this is the start of something new. I definitely feel a sense of newness in this season where now I'm stepping out into things that I wasn't necessarily venturing into. So yeah, that's one of the recent songs that I've recorded, and it's been so long since I've been in studio doing anything musical. But yeah.
Now going back to playing the role Thembinator, what are some of your highlights?
What are some of my highlights? Oh, well, I definitely enjoyed being the crazy girl when it came to all the relationships that she was in. I think it gave me a platform to really express what sometimes we can't necessarily express in our real lives because, girl, you gotta go to jail. You know, you gotta go to jail. You can't hurt someone. You can't run someone over with a car just because they hurt your feelings. But Thembi was the one who was willing to take it there. Like, yes, I'm gonna run you over with a car because how dare you cheat on me? So I enjoyed, like, I don't think I can even express how much I enjoyed being the crazy girl. That, like, those were my highlights when I was given the opportunity to go crazy. And I feel like the writers could see that I really enjoyed those moments because they gave me more and more of those moments to just go crazy with so many of the cast members, and I enjoyed it. I went ham on those moments. That's definitely my highlights. Also, another highlight, I think, working with, well, being able, this was for season 2B, being able to share a scene with Uma Vuso, who plays Tabo Dlamini on the show. Because I mean, he's such a seasoned actor, and getting the opportunity, you know, he was making actually a joke about this, like, oh, look at you finally get an opportunity to share, like, you better be grateful. But like, really, I was grateful, you know, for such an opportunity like that. It's a big deal, you know, getting someone who has been in the industry for so long and who has done so much work and getting an opportunity as a new person who's really not even known that well, but getting an opportunity to be able to level up, to be placed in a scene and to match up with this person, like that's a challenge, that's an opportunity, and I enjoyed that. That was definitely a highlight for me.
What are some of actress that you look up to?
I feel like this is like a no-brainer for a lot of people. But Viola Davis, like, there's just something about that woman that's she exudes strength, so much strength and power and realness. You know, I think we as artists, we always strive to be real in whatever role we're playing, whether we can relate to the role or not fully or whatever's the case, but bringing that real, authentic nature to a character. I feel like that's what we all strive for. And I think she does it so beautifully with so many roles that she's played. And just being a strong Black woman, like, it's so empowering to watch her. It's like, yes, kill that role, go girl, like, you're doing it for us. Like, when we watch her, we're like, yes, like, I can also do that. Like, okay, like, yes, you know, she gives us that hype and that, like, okay, you can do this, girl. So I absolutely love Viola Davis. I
Locally,
don't know why I'm only thinking of international artists, but
yeah.
I wanna say Jim Carrey because like that man, he's probably been through so much.
Yeah.
And when I think of his case of how he has always been portrayed as this crazy man in a lot of his roles. And I mean, yes, he is a very extravagant character in real life with what we've seen, like with behind the scenes things.
Yeah.
It just brings me back to how I was saying it. It's important to know yourself in this acting industry, because recently I watched a few YouTube videos of Jim Carrey and how he was explaining how this whole acting thing, like it's dangerous. It's really dangerous because he is at a point where he feels like he's kind of tired of being known as the crazy guy and wants to just be normal, but he feels like he can't even be normal because all of the characters that are in his head have kind of exploded, and he's been giving so much energy into these characters that he feels like he's empty now. His soul is empty. But what I do like about him, and that's why I'm even mentioning him, is how he can be able to recognize such and then shed truth and shed light into such things. Because I mean, people see us portraying characters, they don't even know what type of preparation we have to go through to portray certain characters. People are like, okay, you did so well on that role, but do you know what I went through? Do you know how much I had to empty of myself so that I could take in this energy of this character? So it's really something real and spiritual, and it's a lot. But yeah, it's I think it goes down to just taking care of yourself, taking care of your soul, and not necessarily allowing characters to take over. Sometimes it takes you taking a pause in acting. If you need to take a pause, man. If you need to go and rest, go on a retreat. Because I mean, we live in such a world that's just so go, like go, next job, next gig, let's go. And sometimes you lose yourself in that. You lose yourself. Now you don't even know who you are because you're just chasing the next big thing. But are you even okay? Yeah.
That's a lot, I can tell.
It's a lot.
And thank you for sharing that, because a lot of people don't normally know what goes on behind the scene. So it's very important for you to share that.
Yeah, it is important, eh?
What's next?
What is next? What is next? That is an interesting question.
Yeah.
Hey, only God knows. Only God knows what's next. Only God knows. I feel like I'm in a very weird season. I know I told you that I'm in a season of newness. I feel like there's a lot of new stuff that I'm busy with right now.
Yeah.
As much as I'm still auditioning for more roles,
Sure.
I think my focus has shifted a little bit, as my focus is now more on creating content that feeds my soul. Therefore, this new YouTube channel that's coming out, so that's our new baby right now that we're focusing on. And yeah, I'm really excited with what's to come from that, because I think it's challenging a different side of my artistic flair, because it's more of presenting instead of acting, which is something I've always wanted to do, but never really gotten the opportunity to do it. So right now, that's my aim, to just really focus on our YouTube channel and do the most.
I have to ask you this. How do you define success?
How do I define success? I think success is a peaceful place where not only your physical, but your soul and your mind is striving. where you really feel like you are just striving in all aspects.
Yeah.
And you are walking in your God-given purpose and potential. Like you're doing everything that you are doing to the fullest.
Oh, I get
And
it.
not necessarily relying on your own strength or your own power, but operating with a higher divine power that's just helping you to push through whatever challenges. I feel like that's success. Like, you know, I don't know, I'm not a very materialistic person, so maybe this is why I define success like this. But once your soul and your mind is at peace, your soul is in like a good standing position, I feel like that is success, because so many people are looking for that peace, so many people are looking for that place, and so many people are not getting it. But so many people are doing other weird things around the corner to get money, to get success, and I mean, they're getting it, but they don't have peace. So are you really successful if you don't have peace?
That's so true. No, you're not. I think you're not.
You're not even going to enjoy the money. You're not even going to enjoy the glory or whatever position you're in, because you don't have peace. Like peace is something that people can't buy. You only get it from Christ. Like, yo, you can't buy peace. You can't.
Peace is everything.
Yo, and it is, striving, being healthy in your body. Like, yo, guys, it's the little things, but I mean, those are the major things, because that's what the world is lacking right now.
Yeah.
So that's success to me.
Please hold it right there.
Sorry?
Please hold it right there. I lost you a moment there.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you define failure? Because earlier I've asked you how do you define success, and then failure.
How do I define failure? Ish. I think this is a tough question.
Yeah.
No, because I'm tempted to say there is no failure, but no, like what is failure? Failure can be different things, but I feel like for me personally, failure is failing to do what you've been called to do. As much as I can call myself an artist, I can call myself an actress, and yes, that's all good and well, but there's also a really special calling upon my life, upon everyone else's life, like that we've been called to really do on this earth. We're not just called for ourselves, like, I'm here, I'm looking pretty on television. That's all I'm here to do. Like, we're here to actually do something more than what we are doing right now. So I think for me, failure would just be failing to even identify the main thing. Because I mean, we have our careers, but there's this specific call on each and every one of our lives, this thing that's pressing you, like, yo, you need to do A, B, and C. And the world always distracts us from doing that call sometimes, and then we end up like following the call of other people, or we end up building other people's dreams. But this thing on the inside of you, like, I think failure is not listening to that thing, that voice. Because sometimes listening to that thing or that voice means you're not necessarily going to be the it thing, or you're not necessarily going to have the most money, but you need to listen to that thing, because that is what your soul needs. I think it's going back to the success answer of how success is when your soul is striving. Failure, I think, is the opposite. When your soul is not striving and you're really not listening to this thing on the inside, that's failure.
There are a lot of people who are going through hard times. Some are going through depression. What kind of advice would you give to someone who's struggling in whatever world is in?
Mm. This is a very, what advice I would give them? You know, I mean, I know it's definitely important to seek help whenever you feel like you're in a situation or a position where you feel like, hey, I'm drowning.
Yeah.
And I know it's tough for a lot of people to kind of identify that and help themselves, you know. We're always looking for a savior. We're always looking for someone to step in, but sometimes we need to be the heroes and really identify that, hey, I'm suffering from this thing, and it's our duty and our call to really reach out, whether it's to a person close to us, a family member, like get help. And it's not always easy. But I feel like you need to expose the things that are plaguing your mind. You need to expose the things that are depressing your soul and draining you of life, you know.
Yeah.
Expose, like tell someone, you know, whether it's a family member, and hopefully also the person that you tell won't like exploit you because of that thing, but will be able to support you and give you the help that you need, whether it's a psychologist, whether you need to go see someone, whether you need to go on a retreat, whatever it is. Seek help. And I mean, for me also personally, prayer is always my go-to, because I mean, prayer for me is literally just surrendering, like, Mina, I don't know anymore. I've come to the end of myself, and now it's just like I'm surrendering. Like, I need help. And I've seen how prayer changes so many things in my life, because I've also suffered a lot from anxiety from 2020. And I can tell you this much, like, prayer, if it weren't for prayer, I'd probably be dead. Because it was a lot. But prayer changes things. And if you even feeling weak in that moment to pray over yourself, get people who are going to pray for you. Root yourself in a good community-based church that is actually about community and helping people. Like, prayer changes things. Like, don't doubt or despise the power of prayer. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
What's your definition of a well-lived life?
A well-lived life. I guess a selfless life. A well-lived life, I guess, would be a selfless life. Because I think I mentioned this earlier about how we're not here on earth just for ourselves, you know. As much as we striving for our own personal goals, you know, we focused on, I need to get my career, I need to get this and that, but like, we need to realize that we are not just here for ourselves. There's a call on each and every one of our lives, and we need to be chasing a certain purpose and vision and dream. And the fact that you are doing what you are called to do, you are empowering so many other people and helping them to really also step out in faith and do what they know they're supposed to do. Because your soul deeply knows what you're meant to be doing, you know, and how you're meant to be impacting the world, how you're meant to be changing lives, how you're meant to be breaking generational curses and breaking chains that have kept people in shackles for years, you know. Your soul knows. So I feel like the definition of a life well lived would be a selfless life, where you really you're not being selfish with your time, with your energy, with what you are doing in life, but you're really focusing also on the other people. Because your success, the success that we spoke about, your success is so crucial for so many other people's success, whether you're going to be an inspiration and encourage other people to be like, oh, I can also do it, or you're going to be the person who literally takes them by the hand and leads them into some sort of position or state of mind to really help them to do what they're also supposed to be doing. Like what we have been assigned to do is so important and crucial to do so for so many other people. And it's important to remember to be selfless, not to be selfish. Because I mean, I could be selfish and be like, you know what, I know God has called me to like speak to the nations about A, B, and C, you know, and maybe, you know, one or few people may be saved from that or helped from that. But, you know, I'm kind of lazy, or maybe I'm just so scared to talk to people. So I'm just going to stay in my little bubble and my little shell, and I'm not really going to do what I'm supposed to do. Yeah. And that's being selfish, you know, we don't call it out for what it is. Look who's being small, like when God has made you to be big. If you're supposed to be big and dynamic, stand in that position and be big and dynamic. But we sometimes just shrink back and like, oh no, I'll just, I'll stay here in the corner. By you staying in the corner, you're being selfish. You're being selfish. So a life well lived is a selfless life, where we know that it's not about us. It's not about our insecurities and how we feel and, oh, me. No, you need to be selfless.
Wow. That's a
I'm also preaching to myself. I'm talking, but I'm also, I'm also taking down. I'm like, okay, selfless. Be selfless. Yeah. It's a journey.
Before we wrap everything up, what's on your playlist?
Oh my goodness. What is on my playlist? Yo. Oh, I'm such a boring person because I feel like I lost touch with reality back in like 2012 or something. Oh. And I literally don't really follow up with like the trendiest music right now. But right now, like the songs that I was playing even before our interview, it was Mighty One by, is it Maverick City? Mighty One. And there's a song called Peace also. I'm not sure. I'm so tempted to check. I forgot, but there's a song called Peace, and I just discovered it right now on iMusic. Yeah. What else? What else is on my playlist? Hi, Sibongokuhle. Oh man, there's this cover. Oh man, I forgot his name. You see, I'm so bad with names of songs, names of people. Now I'm just gonna embarrass myself. It's fine. But yeah, those ones that I said, let's keep it there.
Thank you so much for your time. This is the last question which I ask almost everyone who come on the podcast. When it is all said and done, how would you like to be remembered?
When it's all said and done, how would I like to be remembered? I think I mentioned this at the beginning of our interview, how I feel like I'm a person who loves love. Yeah. And I really feel like for me, love is more than just a thing, an abstract noun or a verb or what. It's a purpose. For me, love is a purpose. I know that that is one of my purposes, that God has called me on this earth to love. Yeah. So when I think of how I want to be remembered, I want to be remembered as a person who wasn't afraid to love. In a world where love is just always seen as such a stupid act of vanity, like especially in our day and age. Like I think many people are now afraid to love because of how people carry themselves, of how the world is, with the whole concept of love, and whether it's relational love or friendship love, like platonic love, like people are moving in weird ways these days. But I really want to still keep the authenticity of God's love and be unconditional in that. And I mean, I'm obviously still growing. I've not reached like the place. I mean, I also
yeah.
get scared sometimes to like show love, or whether to bring new people into my life, whether it's to open up doors for friends to come and live with me, or whether it's to start a new relationship. It's a daunting task, but I want to be remembered as a person who was not afraid to love.
That's so powerful. Is there anything that you would like to share that maybe I didn't ask?
We spoke about a lot. We spoke about a lot. I think that pretty much covers it. That is Sibongokuhle Nkosi.
Thank you so much for your time. I really, really would like us to continue this conversation. Like,
You know, have a coffee one day, you know, have a chit chat. That would be nice.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Before, where can people get hold of you?
Social media, yes. I'm on Instagram at @I am_Sibongokuhle. I'm also on TikTok at the same handle. I think it's I am_Sibongokuhle Thembinator Indonyamanzi. And Facebook, I am Sibongokuhle CC, like CECE Nkosi. Yeah.
Thank you.